Fundamentals of HVACR, Chapter 4, Hand and Power Tools. Objectives include: identify the major tools found in HVACR toolkits, explain why it is important to care for HVACR tools, describe types of screwdrivers and how they are used in HVACR work, describe the types of pliers and how they are used in HVACR work, describe the types of wrenches and how they are used in HVACR work. Describe types of hammers and struck tools and their use in HVACR work. Describe types of metalworking tools and how they are used in HVACR work. Describe other types of hand tools and how they are used in HVACR work. And finally, describe types of power tools and how they are used in HVACR work. It is important for technicians to keep their tools clean and well-maintained. A well-maintained tool works better and is safer to use. Tool kits are available that have multiple tools used for one profession grouped into a common case. Screwdrivers are a staple of any mechanical trade. Slotted and Phillips are two of the most common types of screwdrivers. A 6-in-1 replaces 6 screwdrivers or nut drivers with one tool. Slip joint pliers are useful for holding things and grabbing odd-shaped objects. They should not be used for things with flat sides. Tongue and groove pliers or pump pliers are used for holding larger objects or round things such as pipe. They're often called by their trade name, Channel Lock. Channel Lock is a company that invented this type of plier. Refrigeration wrenches are wrenches designed specifically for square-stemmed refrigeration service valves. Open-end wrenches, as shown on the right, or box-end wrenches, as shown on the left, are used for different size nuts and bolts. Socket wrenches are often used on bolt-together parts, such as compressor heads. Socket extensions and universal joints allow a socket wrench to turn a socket when it's in an odd place or a place that the socket head cannot reach. Common hammers include the ball-peen hammer, shown on the upper left, the sheet metal hammer, shown on the lower left, and the claw hammer, shown on the right. Punches are used to mark holes, drive pins, or align holes for drilling. Vices and clamps are used for securely holding parts that are being worked on. Machinist vices are shown on the left, a pipe vise in the center, and C-clamps on the right. Knives are a common tool used in the HVACR trade for tasks such as opening boxes or cutting insulation. Scrapers or putty knives, as shown on the right, can be used for cleaning up gasketed parts before installing a new gasket. Taps and dies are used for cutting threads. A tap is used to cut internal threads. A die is used to cut external threads. The increased power and convenience of power tools also brings increased danger. Most power tools have some form of safety. The stapler on the left has a safety switch which does not allow it to fire unless it's pressed against the surface. The grinding wheel, shown on the right, has a rest to rest what is being ground, and the clearance between the wheel and the rest should be quite tight. Many cord-operated power tools use a hardened plastic case to prevent electrical shock. Metal-cased cord-operated power tools should have a grounding prong, and the case should be grounded when operated. Do not use light-duty lamp-style extension cords when trying to operate cord-operated power tools. Using an undersized extension cord can not only be dangerous, it can be bad for your tool. If your tool has a grounding prong, it needs to be grounded to be safe. Never plug a grounded power tool into an ungrounded extension cord. Keep your power tools in good repair. Frayed or worn cords are just an invitation to an electrical shock. Whenever using plug-operated power tools outside or in a wet environment, always use a ground fault circuit interrupter. If there's not one at the premises where you're working, you can use a portable plug-in GFCI so long as the outlet it's plugged into is grounded. Many power tools have guards to protect the operator from damage by the power tool. For example, the saw on the right has a blade guard. That's so if the saw kicks back while you're using it, the blade doesn't chop you up. Two common power saws are the circular saw, seen on the left, and the reciprocating saw, seen on the right. Power drills are available both as corded models or cordless models. For sheet metal work, most technicians now use cordless models. For some heavy-duty work, such as busting holes in concrete walls, you still need a corded model, as seen here on the left. Sheet metal shears are used like scissors to cut sheets of metal and work with ductwork. From left to right, we have a straight set, a right-hand set, and a left-hand set. Tubing cutters are used to make a straight, clean cut on copper tubing. Soft copper tubing may be bent with spring benders, lever benders, or ratchet benders. Some units and some parts of units will not operate correctly unless they are level. Levels are used to make that determination. Tools are a significant investment, and keeping them in good working condition is important, both for their efficiency and your safety. Care for tools as prescribed by the manufacturer's instructions to keep them working properly and dependable for years of good service. It is important to use the proper tool for the proper job. Misusing tools can damage the tool and can be hazardous to you. Avoid putting dirty tools back in your tool kit. Clean tools after each use to make sure that they're ready to go for the next job. Watch trade journals and supply houses for ads on new tools.